All right, good morning, guys. We're going to talk about the Geometry Wizard of CK project. This is the last project for the semester. I hope you have a lot of fun with it. You will hear my family in the background. So, dear Geometry Wizard of CK, our great land has been ravaged by a horrible fire-breathing dragon. The dragon has been setting fire to farms and towns all over the countryside, tormenting the villagers and livestock. Just recently, the dragon attacked the castle and stole the princess right out of her room. We beseech you to go forth and rescue her. I am happy to pay you for your expedition, but only if you can keep track of how far you've traveled. Since you are the Geometry Wizard of CK, I expect your measurements to be precise and honest. Please include a map with details and measurements. Good luck. Sincerely. King never thought he'd use math in the real world. So I've included some helpful formulas here. You get to use your notes on this, though. So I highly recommend that you take out your 7.3 notes, I want to say, with all the different polygon areas. I think 11.3, 11.5, 11.6, maybe even 11.7 or 11.8 will be very helpful as well with surface areas and volumes. You need to earn 40 out of 50 points on this, and so you can see how the points are broken down. It's a total of 50 points, and there are 10 extra credit points for your journey being colored with details. All right, I'm going to sketch out a basic picture. Mine is going to be awful. If you do a journey map like mine, you will not get those 10 bonus points, okay? Just telling you right now, not going to be detailed. So let's get started. We're starting with day 1. You want to give accurate distances for your mission. Please use 3.14 instead of pi. All right, please use 3.14. Some of us are working with not smart calculators. I know many of us have the pi button, but not everyone does. So round pi to 3.14 for this project. All answers should be rounded to the nearest hundredth, 2 decimal places. Include a map and figures of your work if you expect the king to pay you in full. So on day 1, it is 7 meters from my house. Here we are, my house, to the vertex of a square. So here's 7 meters, here's my little square. Like I said, this is going to be horrible, and that is fine. Make yours prettier than mine. The square has an area of 100 meters, and I am traveling the diagonal. So I'm going to do my path in green so you guys can see where I'm going. Draw and label your house, the courtyard, and your path so far. Then I walk another 6 meters to a fountain. Here it is, circular. There's my fountain. I am not an artist. Make yours prettier than mine. I am walking the semicircle of the fountain, and I know it has a radius of 8 meters. So I need to figure out that one next. Then the path goes another 4 meters before making a right angle, so you could go up or down. In my case, I'm going to just choose to go down. So I went 6 meters, and then going another 4 meters, and then going another 13 meters. And I'm coming to the vertex of an equilateral triangle. So it's a regular polygon, and it has a side of 16 meters. I am traveling this forest. So these have like trees in here, right? And I need to figure out how far my path is. So I've got some question marks on here now. That's day 1. I am camping at a tavern for the night. I guess it's not really camping, is it? Maybe glamping. Then I need to figure out my total for the first day. All right, day 2, before leaving, the owner of the tavern informed me it's dangerous to go alone and gave me a sword. So there's my little, I don't know, sword thing, sort of. I travel 15 meters. So here's my 15 meters to a square pyramid. Here's my square pyramid. It has a height of 50 meters and a side length, because it's a square, of 30 meters. I'm going to redraw this because I am traveling up one side. That is my path right there. So I'm redrawing this. I know its height is 50, but I'm going from here to here, right? And I'm traveling that slant right there. So I need to figure out what this little base edge here is. And then this is the side I'm actually solving for because that is my path. So you will need a way to figure out that calculation. This does not have to be a part of your map. I'm just trying to help you visualize what's happening. I get to the top, and there is a vine. So here's my little vine. And it is swinging. It says 180 degrees, but it's actually only swinging 95. All right, so that's a typo on there. It's a typo. The Google Doc has it correctly. So I swing 95 degrees. And then I get to the top of a boulder. This boulder has a surface area of 113.04 meters squared. And then the boulder is going to roll 3 times. So there I am. Need to figure out how far I've gone so far. Then it says you come to a dam. The dam is shaped like a right triangle. So here is the dam. It has a height of 100 meters. And from where I stood, aka right here at the base of the dam, the angle of elevation is 35 degrees. So you've got 2 angles. You need to figure out which one is your angle of elevation. Hint, hint, that was way back in chapter 9. I want to say it was 9.2, 9.4, something like that. Check your notes. Then I walk up the dam, and I camp there for the night. So I'm going to draw a nice little tent. There's my little tent. Maybe do a fire. In the morning, I get up, and I cross... Oh, a stranger visits me, sorry. A stranger visits me in the middle of the night and gave me a glowing red potion with a picture of a bull. He assured me it would give me wings, but warned I should never drink it before bed. In the morning, I floated a raft across the lake. So my raft is going to look more like a sailboat because I can actually make that look legible. And I know that the lake is shaped like a hemisphere. It's shaped like a hemisphere, aka half a sphere. And it says the volume is 1,467.9 meters cubed. So I'm going the diameter of the lake. So like that. Once I reach the other side, it is another 11 meters to the cave. So this guy's 11 meters. And here's my little cavey thing. Like I said, be a better artist than me. Not hard, I promise. Once inside the cave, the path takes a hexagonal shape. Hexagonal. Ooh, a hexagon. So it looks something like that. The hexagon has an apothem of 12 meters. Hey, look, regular polygon. You will need to figure that out. I am walking 3 sides of the hexagon. There is a sleeping dragon in here, and there's a boulder hanging above. I cut the rope holding the boulder, and I sealed the sleeping dragon in the hexagonal pit. I then travel 26 meters down the tunnel to a rectangular dungeon. So something that looks like this. Rectangular dungeon. There's a pedestal in the middle with a princess on it. So here she is. It's a terrible drawing of a princess, like I said. Do slightly better than me. The dungeon has a length of 20 and a width of 25 meters. I walked half diagonal. So I'm drawing my diagonal in there. Remember, rectangles have 4 right angles. And I go half the diagonal. So we need to figure out all that distance, my green lines. Then the potion did not give me wings. It did allow me and the princess to make the return trip in 1 day. Find the total distance traveled for the entire trip, including the return trip. The king promised to pay me $10 for every 4 meters I traveled, set a proportion and solve for how many. So you've got some distance that you traveled. I'll just call it Y. You get paid, and it's going to be Y meters, right? You get paid $10 for every 4 meters, right? So Hint, hint. Some proportion. Make sure that the map has all individual distances for each step of your journey before you turn it in. You must show all your work, all right? Setups, everything. The rubric at the top has a really good description. So the journey has been drawn on the map, matches the description. Distances have been labeled on the map. Work has been shown, 3 points each. I'm going to give you a hint, those 3 points. You want to have your setup. What's the formula? What's the formula you're using? You want to substitute. And then you want to solve. All right, you want to solve. Those are the 3 points per section. Set up, substitute, and solve. We've been doing this since the very, very beginning of the year. Please email if you have questions.